Hi, welcome to Learn English in 5 minutes. Let's continue our session, and today's category is food. Yes, so there are various terms that people use, or when everyone use when you either go to a restaurant or a cafe, or let's say even when you are at home or when you go grocery shopping. So there are certain terms that you should be aware of. So let's quickly check out those terms. The first is when someone says red meat. Now, what is red meat? When someone says red meat, it means they're talking about either lamb or pork or beef. So that's red meat. And when you say poultry, right? Or white meat, that's a second term, white meat, then that means it covers chicken, it covers turkey, it covers duck or goose. Third is game or wild meat. So when you eat rabbit or hare, that means it is game, or that means you're talking about wild meat. So when someone says, hey, would you like to have red meat, white meat, wild meat, or which meat is good for you, let's say red meat is good for you. So you know what red meat covers and what all is a part of red meat. Next is fish. When we say fish, we mean saltwater fish or salty fish or freshwater fish, which is not salty fish, right? Next is seafood. So many people feel that fish comes about of seafood, when the truth is we have certain distinctions. So like I said, fish is freshwater or saltwater. Similarly, seafood includes your prawns or scallops or crabs, shrimps and lobster. So that's your seafood. Okay, so when you saute something or when you fry something, that means you're cooking something in oil. You saute vegetables. You have oil and you put other things and then you put vegetables and then you mix them. So that means you're sorting out. You're sorting vegetables. It's saute, not sorting out things. Sorting means you differentiate things on the basis of categories. It's saute, right? So that's saute. Or when you say that something roasted, that means it is cooked with oil, but is cooked in the oven. When you roast something, you are doing it in the oven. Remember, when you are saute or when you're frying something, it's in the pan or you're doing it over the stove. And when you are roasting something, again using oil but in the oven. Then there's a term called stewed stewed. So it means when you cook something for a period of for a longer duration on low heat or on simmer, that means you have to stew it. Okay, stewed it. So that means you need to cook it over a low flame, and the duration will increase. Then grill means something which is obviously cooked in a grill or under a ridged pan. Or when you say that you have to bake something, then it's in the oven. You bake cookies, you bake cake, right? So you are baking something in the oven. Then there are meals. So you have appetizers or starters, you have the main course, and then you have desserts or pudding. So something you get in the beginning, snacks kind of a thing. Then it's a whole meal. It could be your fish, your meat, or your vegetables. And then is whatever you eat. It could be, let's say, it could be ice cream or any other form of sweet. That's towards the end of your meal. So that's a proper three-course meal that we talk about here. So yeah, these are some words that are related to food that you hear or you see when you are doing your groceries. So you see this is the poultry section, or this is a red meat section, or this is a fish section, or this is, let's say, a seafood section. So do not get confused. And yeah, these are simple terms, and I hope after this video you'll be familiar with these terms and you will understand what these terms means. Also, towards the end, I'm gonna put in certain words that I've not explained for you to research, and please write in comments that what those words technically mean or what actually mean. Of course, you can Google it if you don't know it, but if you know it, let's quickly check that out. And yeah, take a look at the words, exercise, and happy learning, guys. Bye bye.